Good morning, grade 6. Welcome back to grade 6 mathematics class. Hope you all are doing great today. Let's learn about proportions today. Proportion is all about equal ratios. Let's first see an example. So it says Amar and Ajay together bought a pack of 10 pens for rupees 100. Ajay paid rupees 80 and Amar paid rupees 20 to the shopkeeper. In what ratio should they share the pens? So what is given to us? Amar and Ajay together bought 10 pens in total. And for 10 pens, they paid a total of 100 rupees to the shopkeeper. And Ajay paid 80 rupees whereas Amar paid 20 rupees. Now how can we share the pens among the two boys? See, they have to be given the number of pens based on their payment or proportional to their payment to the shopkeeper. So what if we write the ratio of their payments? What is the ratio of the amount Ajay paid to the amount Amar paid? It will be equal to 80:20. Now if you write the corresponding fraction of 80:20, you will get it as 80/20. You see, both these are multiples of 10. 80 and 20 are multiples of 10. So we can reduce this to 8/2. Or we can write 80:20 is equal to 8:2. So you see, these two ratios 80:20 and 8:2 are equal. They show the same relation or same comparison with their payments. So if the ratio is 8:2, it means 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. That is, if there are 10 pens in total, Ajay has to get 8 pens whereas Amar has to get 2 pens. That means the boys are getting number of pens proportional or corresponding to their payments. So, since these two ratios are equal, we can say these two ratios are in proportion. That is, if two ratios are equal, we say that the quantities are in proportion. The quantities represented in the ratio are in proportion. Now, how do we represent proportion? We can either use two columns like this or an equal to symbol to equate two ratios. So, when you write a statement equating two ratios, we call that as a statement of proportion. So, you see, in a statement of proportion, the four quantities involved when taken in order are called the respective terms. So, you have the first term, second term, third term and fourth term in a statement of proportion. And the first and the fourth quantities involved are known as the extreme terms, and the second and the third terms are called the middle terms. I'll show you an example. Here you can see a statement of proportion. The first ratio 6:15 is equal to 4:10, or you can say the two ratios 6:15 and 4:10 are in proportion. You can see there are four quantities involved in this statement of proportion. They are 6, 15, 4 and 10. So these four quantities are called the terms in this statement of proportion. What you see here, this is called the statement of proportion. And 6 is the first term in the statement of proportion, 15 is the second term, 4 is the third term and 10 is the fourth term. Now the first and the fourth terms, that is the terms at the extreme ends, they are called the extreme terms in the statement of proportion, and the second and the third terms, the terms in the middle, they are called the middle terms. Now let's take the product of the first and the fourth terms, that is 6 into 10, that is equal to 60. Now let's take the product of the middle terms, 15 and 4, that is 15 into 4 is equal to 60. See, the product of the extreme terms and the product of the middle terms are equal. So we can say if the product of the extreme terms is equal to the product of the middle terms, then the four quantities will be in proportion. The product of the extreme terms is equal to the product of the middle terms in the case of proportionate ratios. Now with this principle in mind, let's see an example. Let's work out a question. Check if the terms 12, 4, 3, 1 are in proportion or not. So we are given four quantities here, 12, 4, 3 and 1. We have to check if these quantities are in proportionate ratios. So let's see how. Take the first and the second quantity and let's write the corresponding ratio. So the ratio of 12 and 4 is equal to 12 is to 4, which can be reduced to 3 is to 1. Now the ratio of the third and fourth term, that is 3 and 1, is equal to 3 is to 1. Now you can see the ratio of 12 and 4 is equal to the ratio of 3 and 1. Now take the product also. 12 into 1 is equal to 12. 4 into 3 is also 12. So you can see the product of the extreme terms equal to the product of the middle terms, and you can see both are the same ratio as well. So you can say the terms 12, 4, 3 and 1 are in proportion. So I hope this is clear to you. You have to go through this topic once again. This is given under the heading proportion from page number 147. A few sole examples are also given in the textbook. Make sure you go through the same. Then you will be ready to work out question number 3 and 4 from exercise 10.2. So work out the questions, take a picture of your answers and send it to us through Microsoft Teams. So that's all for today, children. We'll see you in the next class with the rest of the questions from exercise 10.2. Till then, bye.